So solar keeps on chugging. The United States is expected to add 33 gigawatts of production capacity. This is 55% growth compared with the capacity of 2022.
That's fantastic.
That is just unreal. In quarter 3, 2023, the United States solar market installed 6.5 gigawatts. Oh, you know what? I'm actually not a scientist, and I actually don't know what that means. But it installed a lot more than what it did the previous year.
Let's stick with that.
Let's stick with that.
Yeah.
Getting a lot more energy from the sun.
Yeah.
And in 2023, this is so amazing. New U.S. electricity generation capacity addition. So 48% of all U.S. electricity generation capacity. So as we were saying, 48% of all new electricity generation is coming from solar. 24% of all new energy additions are coming from natural gas, and coal isn't even on the list. Coal hasn't been on the list since 2013. And that kind of surprised me because obviously I know we're transitioning away from coal, and we have been for a long time, and I get that. But our political conversation still mentions coal.
Yeah.
Right? You still hear Trump going out on the stoop talking about coal and helping out the coal miners and burning all the coal. Vivek Ramaswamy getting on the stage saying that we need to burn a bunch of coal. Nobody in the market is burning coal.
No.
Nobody.
I mean, they are burning coal, but
Yes.
they're not building any new coal production because it's been clear where this market is going for 10 years now.
Yeah. And so a lot of the United States reduction in carbon emissions has come from the transition from coal to natural gas, which was very beneficial in the 2010s of reducing our overall CO2 emissions. But now we can see a very, very clear shift from natural gas to solar and wind in the 2020s. A massive shift.
Yeah.
57% of all new electricity in 2018 was natural gas. This year it was 24%.
Yeah.
50% reduction on that. That's insane.
That's awesome.
And it just shows that natural gas, for all the shit it got, rightfully so, it really was a transition fuel.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yes. It's a... Never mind. Let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Industry experts expect us to see a slowdown in 2024 in the growth of the solar industry, specifically because of the rising interest rates. But this slowdown in solar adoption will mainly come from residential solar installations, not so much the commercial side.
Okay.
Northeast California has done a lot in purchasing residential solar panels, and they have basically kept the consumption growth above 0%. They are really carrying their weight. But the Sunbelt, Arizona, Texas, the adoption rate of solar residentially is not increasing and kind of decreasing year over year. So in 2024, the adoption rate will sink by 12%, which is unfortunate to see, but it's because of the rising interest rates and the cost that it's putting on consumers too high. A lot of the appeal of solar panels was like, we'll do it for $0 down, and you can pay over 40 years. And,
And then it's cheaper energy than what you've been paying for before.
Right. But if your interest rates go higher, it's no longer cheaper.
Yes. But I also think this, like, I don't want to over exaggerate that at all, because commercial solar adoption is where more of the emissions are done.
Exactly.
Right. So that's much more important if adoption there will be continuing to grow.
Right. And it will be continuing to grow. The adoption of utilities, which is really where most of our energy consumption comes from, is all increasing in their solar production.
Yeah.
Utilities are increasing every year and expected to increase every year until 2028.
Yeah.
That's what the estimates say, and that's really awesome. So again, even if the residential consumption goes down in 2024, it's still expected to increase in 2025 and beyond. Non-residential, it's never expected to slow down at all. But the utilities is where most of our emissions come from anyway. So that's the big problem.
Yeah, definitely. That's super exciting.
Yeah, solar is on the rise. Solar is for real. And again, this in combination with the batteries, what we just talked about, the amount of batteries that are being sold specifically, or the demand for batteries that are specifically for solitary storage, right? That's what these utility companies are using these batteries for.
Yeah. Yeah. It all goes together. And it's the more solar that's installed, I feel like the more that will be the easier and cheaper it will be to install it, because we're going to be moving away from that older infrastructure that's based on coal and natural gas.
Yes, absolutely.